That led to your decision today?
The evidence, the numerous amounts of evidence that there was presented to us.
When Willis took the stand, what, if anything, was discussed as believable, or how believable was that?
Some of the things that he said, he contradicted himself on a few of the things that he said. So, you have to take what you can believe and what you can't. So, yeah, there was a few things so he wasn't very credible on some of the things that he said.
Was there any turning point in this evidence and the testimony throughout the 8 days that you've heard? Anything that cinched this verdict for you, either of you?
I would say that I listened throughout the whole trial, and I based my decision solely on the evidence provided by the prosecution, and I honestly made my decision today.
How much did you keep the family of Rebecca Bletch in mind when you were deliberating in there?
Well, the families are always in our mind, but it's like we have to we can't go on our feelings or what we're worried about the family or what's going to happen. We have to pay attention to what the evidence is and base our decision on that. But of course, the families are always, in our thoughts.
Was it DNA? Was it ballistics?
It was basically all of it.
A combination of things.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Discussion between first degree and second degree?
Not really.
No. When you decided he was guilty, you all agreed, and it was premeditated. It wasn't the felony murder.
It was both.
It was both. You decided it was both.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
And what do you want to say to Rebecca Bletch's family at this point?
Well, I just hope they can have closure now. It's like it's never going to be easy. I mean, they lost a daughter, a mother, sister. So it's like she's never going to come back. I just hope that now that this part of it's over, that they can find some closure and move on with their lives.
What's the feeling now? I mean, you guys were the jury. You made the decision in this case. What's the feeling?
Well, I'm glad it's over. I mean, that's a lot. It was a lot of days. It's a relief.
This case has been such a big part of Muskegon County for 3 years now, and to be on that jury, making that decision, hearing that evidence, again, just take us through that.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of evidence presented to us. I mean, right from the very beginning, so there was some stuff that didn't necessarily pertain to this case that we also heard. So, I mean, there was a lot of stuff.
A lot to process, a lot of things like we learned that we
didn't know about
encounter in everyday life. So it was a lot of new things that it was a lot on your mind, and a lot of heavy pressure, emotions, thoughts, all of it.
And do you think your decision is taking a dangerous man off the streets here in Muskegon County?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, can you elaborate?
Well, I mean, just from the evidence, you guys have been here since the trial started too. You've heard the evidence, you heard the things that were said, the allegations, the evidence, and everything else. I totally believe that, yes, that we've stopped somebody from doing something, continuing to do something that's dangerous for our society.
And at this point, what do you want to say to the defendant? What do you want to say to Jeffrey Willis?
I hope he gets help.
Yeah.
It's like I hope that whatever it is that drove him to be the way that he is, or whatever made him do this in his mind, that somebody helps him, or at least figure out what is going on, so that he doesn't have to deal with whatever demons it is that he's dealing with.
Yep, I agree.